Hello. Don't worry, I'm here. I know that took a while to start, but I'm here. Don't worry. So, welcome back. How's your Easter? Have you had a couple of days off? Was it nice? Did you just relax, chill, enjoy your time at home a bit? What did you do? Tell me what you did this Easter. So, as you can see in this lesson plan that we're doing today, we're going to get started on reported speech. Woo! We're going to do 2 videos on this, okay? So today and our next class will both be on reported speech because there's a lot to know about reported speech, but this is the lesson that we're on, and this is what we'll be doing. Woo! As always, I want you to send me a video, okay? So that I can see you and I can listen to you speak. Okay, we need to practice the speaking skills and the pronunciation. So I'm gonna give you 3 sentences at the end of the class, okay, that are in direct speech, and then you have to be like, what did he say? And you have to report what the other person said. Okay, so reported speech. As you can imagine, that is what we're doing today. So, without any further ado, let's begin. Let's rock and roll. Alright. So, reported speech. What is there to know about reported speech? Well, essentially, reported speech is when you say what someone else has said. When you want to explain, you want to say what someone else has said. Very easy, okay? And typically it always follows the same structure. He said that. She said that. You said that. Someone said something. Okay? Very simple. Very simple. However, not so simple. We do need to make verb changes. We need to do changes of pronouns, places, time. There's a lot of things that aren't exactly the same. So you can't say the exact same sentence. We need to make some changes so that the sentence makes sense. Okay? So let's begin with the tense changes, so the verb changes. Okay? We're going to begin with verbs. And basically, all you need to know is that typically with reported speech, we use what we call a back shift. Okay? So always take the verb, and then we put it back 1 tense. Very simple. So we're going to begin at the beginning. Okay, let's do it. So, if we have a verb in the present simple in direct speech, so a normal thing, what someone says, is what we call direct speech. Okay? And when you want to report that, the verb in direct speech then converts into a different tense in reported speech. Okay? So, if we have present simple and we go back 1 tense, we have the past simple. So now we'll go through an example. Someone is speaking to me. Juan Jose says, can I pass the video practicing speaking by mail? Is that with the rest of something I do not clarify? Oh, I don't understand your second sentence. But can you send the video by mail? I don't think we have an email that you can send it to, but you can send it on WhatsApp. The number is 634-524790, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember the number. I think it's 634. I'm going to write it here, okay? 63457. Andy. Can you check the WhatsApp number for me? I don't know if I remember it. 63457. Someone asked me if they can send it. Andy's going to get the number for me. I can't remember it. I'm very sorry. My memory is really bad. But the option of sending it by mail is a bit more complicated, but you can send it to our WhatsApp. Okay? I will give you the number in a second. Anyway, so back to reported speech. We have the present simple converts into the past simple. So if I give you a sentence in direct speech, for example, I need some help. Okay, and I is me. So we identify the verb, which is need, and then need changes from the present simple to the past simple, but always following the structure that is reported speech. So I am female. So we would say she. Okay, she, and then to report, you always use the verb said or tell. Okay, she said. Then you have that. These subject say plus that is always the structure for reported speech. Now that is optional. Okay, you do not need to use it, but you could use it. Okay, and then you have to repeat the subject because this is like the reporting. This is the reporting clause. Okay, and then after that you need to add the rest of the sentence, so the original sentence, but with the verb change. So she said that, she, because you need to make sure that it matches. This was a female, so you have to say she. And then the verb goes back from the present simple to the past simple. She said that, she needed some. Okay, so as you can see, the verb here is in past simple, so it went from present simple to past simple. Okay, and this is always the structure. She said that, she, and then back for the next needed. So let's look at the next tense. Okay, we have present simple goes to past simple. Now we are going to do an example with present continuous. Present continuous. If it goes back on tense, the back shift, as always, it goes from present continuous to past continuous. Okay. So if I give you an example, we are having soup for lunch. Okay, this would be me speaking. We are having soup for lunch. I would say this, and then someone would ask, what did she say? And then you would report what I said. So, as always, subject, she, then said, then that. Okay? Now here, you have to change this depending on if the person that is reporting is part of the group or not. If they are included, you would say we. If they are not included, you would change it to they. Okay, it depends. So she said that, they, and if you have are having here is in the present continuous. Okay, so this has to go back from present continuous to past continuous. So she said that they are having. Oh, sorry, no, that's present continuous. She said that they were having soup for lunch. Andy, do you have the number? Yeah. Yep. 52. Oh, okay. Andy has the number. Wait, 524790. So Huangho, yes, you can send it on WhatsApp. That is not a problem. Now you have the number there. Okay, it's 634524790. Confirmed by Andy. Thank you, Andy. Anyway, so here, as I was saying, are having becomes were having. It goes from the present continuous to the past continuous. Okay, does the back shift make sense? You understand the verb changes that you have to make in the sentence? Yes? Okay, those are just, obviously we're beginning with the easier verbs. Those get a bit more complicated as you go on. So let's move on to the next tenses, the next examples. Woo! So we can go faster. Okay. So we have the present simple to the past simple, the present continuous to the past continuous. Now we're going to imagine that we have the verb in the present perfect. Okay, so if our verb is in the present perfect, for example, I've lost my keys. What did she say? Such a typical question for reported speech. I've lost my keys. Okay, how would you report this into reported speech? How would you report this into reported speech is redundant. How would you report this? You have to identify the verb. Here, have lost, which is obviously present perfect, and it needs to go back one tense. So, as always, we'll begin it with she said, because I am gents, I am a she. She said, and then that, optionally. Okay, then the subject again. And our verb goes from present perfect to surprise, surprise, past. Okay, so she said that she, the past perfect of have lost is had lost. And then obviously the pronouns need to match. So here it's I and my, and here it's she and her. Okay, so she said that she had lost her keys because, as you can see, the verb goes back, but then also the pronouns, okay? So this is the my, the her. You can see the different, the changes that you have to make. Okay, in the verb and in the verb. Okie dokie. So that's present perfect to past perfect. Then what happens with the past simple? The past simple is already past. So what happens to past simple? For example, I wrote her 2 letters. Or I wrote 2 letters to her. That's bad English. Colloquial English. I wrote 2 letters. Okay? I wrote 2 letters to her. How would you report this? As always, she said that optionally, and then again the subject has to match, so she. Now comes the verb tense change. Okay, so we have wrote in the past simple. How do you convert that into reported speech? Very easy. You have the past simple, so the present is now, the past is before the present. The past is before the present. And what is before the past? The past of the past. And what is the past of the past? Past perfect. Okay? So, past simple becomes past perfect. So she said that she had written two letters to her. Okay, so here the verb is wrote in the past simple and then converted into the past perfect. It is had written. Okay? Cool. So from the past simple to the past perfect. Huang says, I traveled to Suiza in 2017. So we could report his sentence. His sentence is in the past simple. Okay? So if we do another example of this, he says, I traveled to Suiza. Oh, Suiza Spanish. I confuse Suiza and Suecia in Spanish a lot. I think that's the one that's next to Austria, so I'm going to go with Switzerland. In English, I know though. In Spanish, I get very confused. I traveled to Switzerland in 2017. Okay, so here you would report this by saying, Wang Ho said that he, and then you have to do the verb change. So if here travel is in the past simple, we convert that into the past perfect. So Wang Ho said that he had traveled to Switzerland in 2017. Okay, so that's how you would report it, from the past simple to the past perfect. Okay? Switzerland is very beautiful. I hope you enjoyed the trip. Okay, so we have present, we've covered present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and past simple. Okay. Our next one would be past perfect. Okay, so for example, if someone asks me, were you at home when the postman delivered the package? And I would say, no, I had already left. Okay, I had left, or I had already left. Already left. This would be in the past perfect. Okay? To report this, you would always the same system. She said that. She. Now, the verb, as I said, that shift has to go back 1/10. So the adverb is not really part of it. There. Okay, so here we have had left, which is the past perfect. Okay, so how do we make the past perfect go back? What is more past than the past perfect? Correct. Nothing is more past than the past perfect, because the past perfect is the past of the past. So what happens here is that it does not change. The past perfect stays the same. She said that she had already. You leave the past perfect exactly the same. Okay? So this would be all of the verb tenses. But now we're going to move on to, well, actually, no, that's a lie. That's not all of the verb tenses. We have future tenses. So, future be going to. Okay, we have be going to. So, for example, they are going to come back. Okay, so here we would say, oh, I forgot my active, not active verbs, let's see. So she said that, they, and now as always, our verb tense, okay? So if we have are going to, if are and then the present simple, we put that verb, that one tense. So then be going to would become, would become was or were going to. In this case, they were going to come back. Okay, she said that they were going to come back. So here you just change the verb to be. So it could be was or were. Okay. Juan close. Yes, future will is the next one. Okay, we did future going to, and now we have one left, which is future will. Okay. And this will be the last one of all of our regular verb changes. Okie dokie. So, now will, future will. What happens to future will? Very simple. So, for example, I will be home at 6 p.m. Okay? As always, we follow our structure and we say, she said that she. Now, what happens to will is that will becomes would. Okay, will becomes would. So she said that she would be home here. Will becomes would. Okay. Now, there are other modal verbs such as we have must, actually must not. We have might, we have could, we have should, and we have would. Okay? In these cases, the verb does not change either. There is no change here. So for example, we could go out later. Okay, this would be reported as she said that they could go out. Okay, again, there is no change with these modal verbs. Okay, so you can see, could stays the same. It stays as could. There's no change. Okay? Okay, two more things. So, what I was saying before about must. With must, you have two options. Okay, you can leave it the same as must, or you can change it to had. Okay, so for example, I must leave. This would be, she said that she must leave. Okay, you can leave it the same. So here you have must, which is the same, must, or you could say she said that she had to leave. Okay, so here must becomes had to instead of. So yes, I must do sports. Juan said. So to report that, you would say Juan said that he must do sport, or Juan said that he had to do sport. You can choose if you use must or had to report what is being said. Okay. Now finally, if what you are reporting is something that is true, so if you try to report something true, that's something that is always true. That's always true, because there's something that maybe it's true now, but it's not necessarily true in the future. But if you're reporting something that is always true, there's no tense. Okay, this will be more clear with an example. If I say, I like apples more than oranges. Okay, you would report this as she said that she, and because it's something that is still true, okay, so I like is in the present simple. If it were not still true, if now I like oranges more than apples, you would do the normal change to the past. So she said that she liked apples more than oranges, because it's not true anymore. But if it is still true, you leave the verb in the same tense. She said that she likes apples more than oranges. So here, the present simple continues to be the present simple because it is still true. It is still correct now. Okay? And that would be our last verb change, but we are going to look at two more things quickly. Okay? Aside from, so what I was saying before is that not only the verb changes, more things change too. Like the pronouns, like I showed you in the example before. but also the time and the place references that you have in a sentence. So you have to change obviously the tense, but also people, places, and times. Okay, these are the things that you need to look out for in reported speech. Can and may. Javier, oh, very good, I forgot those. Can becomes could, and may becomes might. Okay? Sorry, I forgot those. So, I can speak English. She said that she could speak English. I may go to the beach. She said that she might go to the beach. Okay? Good question, Javier. So sorry for forgetting them. So yes, you change the tense, people, places, and times. Okay? So for example, I will see you there tomorrow. Said Kim. Okay, so Kim is speaking, and she says, I will see you there tomorrow. So here, the reported version of this is you have to identify who is speaking. So that would be Kim, and you would say Kim said that. Again, that is optional. So here, you need to change the pronoun, okay? So I is obviously Kim, so Kim is she. She said that she. Then we have the verb tense, so she would, because will becomes would. She would see. And then here we have another pronoun. We have you. Okay, so if Kim is talking to me, then this would have to obviously change from you to me, because now it's a different perspective. So she would see me. And then here we have there. Okay, there is already there, so there actually doesn't change. But if it were, for example, it was here, I will see you here tomorrow. Here becomes there. Okay, because we don't know where here is, so you cannot use the word here. Because the place when Kim said it to when I am saying it is different. So here becomes there. She would see me there. And then tomorrow is the time. Okay? So tomorrow, maybe if Kim says this sentence on Monday and tomorrow is Tuesday, when I am saying this sentence, I don't know what day it is. So it could be a completely different day. So I cannot use the word tomorrow, because tomorrow is not tomorrow anymore. Okay? So you have to change it for the next day. So Kim said that she would see me there the next. Okay? Because here tomorrow becomes the next day. And here becomes there. Okay, so you have to change the pronouns and you have to change the demonstratives. If you have, for example, another example, I bought this book yesterday. Okay, said Martin. So here you would have to report it as Martin said that. So then we have the subject, which is he. Then bought is past simple, so it goes back one tense. So he had bought. And then we have this. Obviously, this refers to something that you can see that is nearby. But if we don't know which book he is talking about, we're talking about a book that he bought, you would have to change it to that. So this typically becomes that. But if you say that book and you cannot see the book, it doesn't really make sense. So if you're just speaking about a specific book, you would say the. So you need to change your articles and your demonstrative pronouns as well. So you bought the book or that book, because you don't know if you can see it or not in the moment of being recorded. So you always need to make changes to it. And then yesterday, again, maybe today is a different day than the day that Martin said this sentence. So you would have to say the day before. The day before would be the time. Okay? So you have to change the place and you have to change the article. So this is that, here is there, now is then, tomorrow is the day after or the next day or the following day, yesterday is the day before, but this is the same with all of the times, okay? You can say the next or the something before. So for example, next week would be the following week, okay? Last week would be the week before. You always have to change the time and the place in reported speech. Okie dokie, and I know that was a lot, this is a very grammar heavy topic, I'm very sorry, but it has to be done, everything has to be learned, and at the end of the day, it's just practice, 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 okay, practice makes perfect. We're going to continue with this in the next video on Thursday morning, because there's still a couple of other things that you need to know about reported speech, so we'll continue on this topic in our next video, and make sure you just practice, practice, practice. There will be a lot of worksheets and material on the online course on Google Classroom for you to practice, and then also remember the video speaking task, which you can upload into Google Classroom, or you can send to our WhatsApp. So what I want you to do for the video is I want you to report the sentences that are in the video description, okay, you can read them, so I don't have to write them on the whiteboard and waste time doing that. They will be written on Google Classroom, but they are also written in the description, okay? So I want you to convert those sentences from direct speech into reported speech. There yesterday I got up late and missed the bus, said Richard. When I finish the book, I'm going to watch television, said Erica. And I won't be there because I'm having a party, said Lucy. Okay, those are your 3 sentences that you need to convert into reported speech. Can't wait to hear you. Can't wait to see you next time. Have a wonderful day.